Horror fans, I invite you to sit back, relax, close your eyes, follow the sound of my voice, and enjoy this review of Mind, Body, Spirit. Alright, well, doesn't sound like a horror movie, but let's see what IMDb has to say about that. An inspiring yoga influencer embarks on a ritual practice left behind by her estranged grandmother. Alright, still doesn't totally sound like a horror movie, but let's see. We'll dive into this one here. So yeah, got a screener for this one, so let you guys know that at the top. And also, it is a new movie coming out, so we'll try to keep this spoiler free as possible. I don't, really think there's any too many twists and turns. As this kind of goes on, you kind of know where this is going to go, the direction of it. But yeah, this is a movie that kind of, it's found footage kind of, as a lot of it is shot, from her filming herself. This young woman is filming herself. So there's that. So, part of it is kind of just filming around the house, but not too much. Most of it is kind of when she's shooting these videos. So just to kind of let you guys know that. It's not too much moving around. Usually, she's got the camera focused on her from a little bit of a distance. So it's not really too much of that found footage that's kind of bouncing around and running around a whole bunch of places. She's in the house, I think, the entire time in the movie. So we're not going too many places either. So in case, some of you get too crazy with the movements of the camera there. But yeah, this is going to be a little bit slow start to this one. You're going to see a lot of her, and it's watching her film these she's trying to do yoga, and for probably two reasons. One, because that's just kind of what she's trying to do here to gain followers, to get people to go, and I think she's also using it for herself, to kind of, she's kind of struggling. She just lost her grandmother, and I think she also has some other struggles and some family stuff going on there. As you'll see, she's doesn't quite get along with her mom, so there's some issues there as well. So I think she's trying to use this as kind of an escape. So we'll kind of see where that goes with that as well. So she's gonna sit down and she's gonna do these videos, and she's not that great at it. She's kind of starting off. She's a beginner. She's trying to figure out the best way to do it. She's also probably not the best at yoga either. So she's gonna kind of work things out as she goes, to kind of combine her newfound yoganess and her newfound videotaping here, to try to work things out. We will see a friend of hers, or a family friend, I should say, more or less, and they also do yoga, and they have a much better channel and much more into it, and much more activity there, and experienced in yoga and doing the influencing yoga thing. So it is a little bit of a contrast there, but we will get a little bit of that as well. So yeah, you're gonna have to sit through some moments of her just kind of being awkward on the camera, and kind of feeling her way out, feeling what she wants to do here, and doing her thing. So it is gonna take a little while to really truly get to the horror of the moment. You're gonna have to wait to pretty late in the film to really get to that true horror moment here. Otherwise than that, yeah, early on in the film, she is going to kind of stumble onto a room in her grandmother's house that she didn't know about, and she's then going to find this book. She's gonna find a lot of weird stuff in here, but she's gonna find a book and then kind of use that to kind of do her yoga and kind of follow this spiritual path. And as we know in a lot of horror movies, when you find a very strange looking book and it has some writings that you don't really understand and that kind of stuff, you should probably not read it. Probably, uh, put it down, burn it, or maybe that's not even a good idea. Just like just pretend you didn't find it. Put it back where it was, and move on. But obviously, then we wouldn't really have a horror movie here. And so she's got to read it and whatever. So, like I said, she's kind of struggling at her whole yoga thing and what to do here. So she decides to kind of use this to spice things up and to follow it. And she can read some of it, but she can't quite get everything. And she's trying different things in this book. Some things have her doing some really odd things, and I'll leave that for you guys to see. And But at the end of the day, that the more she continues with this, the more something bad is kind of brewing in the background, and so you will get little nuggets of horror here and there, and moments. It's almost like teasing what is coming. But I think as you horror fans kind of watch this, you'll kind of navigate and see what is going to happen here. Um, it's not too hidden. Uh, I think what ultimately happens, or what they do to really bring the horror out. Maybe you wouldn't have expected in that much, but I think overall you're kind of knowing what is going on in general. So that's why I said I don't think there's any big twist um, in what's happening here. So I think it's one of those times where they kind of portray a character who she is awkward and it is and maybe not the most entertaining to watch at times as she struggles through some of these videos. I think there's some moments you're gonna laugh with her, maybe laugh at her, um, but it's not high excitement and action here. You're just gonna have to kind of go along with her journey here through most of the film. What happens at the end is definitely more up my alley. I enjoyed that. Um, I also was also a little not happy with it because I'm trying to be as spoiler free as possible. Let's say they take some of the camera focus off of it and what is going to happen here at the end, and that usually drives me crazy. I want to see it, and I obviously with what plays out. They obviously were not going to show the initialness or when that starts. You guys who watch it will know what I'm talking about, I think. I don't want to say it. I don't want to spoil what is happening here at the end. Um, but yeah, the cameras kind of move away from some of the action here. Some of what you're really waiting to see or what you really want by the end of this movie, and the camera's not going to probably catch the most impactful moments of that. I guess that's as spoiler free as I can kind of say that. So that was a little disappointing, but I did appreciate what happened and what was done, and then kind of the way they wrapped up the movie. But getting there, is not a whole lot of horror. It's kind of be in the background. There's a little creepiness, maybe a slight jump scare or two, uh, but it's just a lot of following her on her journey here, and she is gonna kind of I guess change a little bit and whatever because of this ritual, whatever. We'll see what happens, but that's kind of what we're at here. So that's as kind of said at the beginning, sit back and relax. That's kind of how you're gonna have to watch this movie. Just kind of sit back and relax, and just watch her be. And I think you guys kind of know where this movie is going. So it's okay. Like I said, it's not a lot going on here besides watching her do these weird things. Um, but it is good to see maybe horror in a little bit different of a setting here. We don't see too much yoga horror, or this. It's a different kind of, not totally different, but a little bit different, perspective, and what is happening here, and I think what ultimately happens to her and reading the book, whatever, is not totally different. But I guess they tried a different kind of setup and a different kind of story here. But yeah, I think a lot is going to depend on your feelings of her. Are you sympathetic to her? Do you like her? When things kind of you know happen for her, how upset are you for her? Or like I said, she's awkward, and maybe you guys won't like her, and just be like, whatever, and then when things change, you be like, yeah, okay, well, that's fine with me too. I don't really care what happened to her. Um, so yeah, the person who plays this, I think she does a good job overall. I don't know what her personality is, but she definitely had to kind of play that awkwardness here. But then there is a point where she can be more serious and so forth. So I think um, she does a good job of kind of doing that, playing that person who's um, very much trying this whole influencer thing, and may not be the best at it, and is also struggling. But she has some high moments there, especially when she's kind of getting rough with her mom and arguing with her, and definitely there's a few moments where you can kind of see she's a little scared. I think she managed the different emotions pretty well in this film. I just wish there was a little bit more going on here. I guess if you guys wanting a little bit more of a calmer horror movie until the end, until the main sequence here happens at the end. If you want maybe a little bit more of a calmer, relaxing horror movie, this may be it. So with that, I think I'm going to give it 2.5 pools of blood out of 5. Kind of down the middle. Enjoyed the ending, but yeah, because there wasn't a whole lot going on there, and you kind of can see where it was going at the end. And we'll just kind of put this one here in the middle. But I think you guys will have some things here to enjoy and to watch here, especially at the end. But yeah, 2.5 pools of blood out of 5 for this one. So horosgoyreviews.blogspot.com is where you can find all of my reviews, written and video. Um, but obviously, if you're interested just in the video reviews, and obviously most of the reviews lately have been here on YouTube, like, subscribe, and do everything that everybody wants you to do. But if not, that's truly okay. But I thank you regardless. Twitter, Facebook information down below. Feel free to join me there and talk about this movie, horror, other movies, stuff you want me to review, anything there. And definitely in the comment section, once you guys kind of see this movie, feel free to throw in your thoughts, feelings, your best yoga techniques down there as well. Feel free to fill that in. I'm not very flexible in the yoga thing, but maybe I can try a thing or two. Certainly wouldn't mind doing some relaxing and so forth. So with that, I will catch you in the next review, horror fans.